Good morning, day 93. I'm having breakfast blend decaf this morning. So this morning, or I should say this afternoon, I'm having lunch with a good friend that I've known for probably over 40 years. I was a hairdresser with her in a salon. I don't know if you guys remember Hair Care Harmony. I worked there for a number of years, managed a couple of their salons. But I met her there many, many moons ago, and we've been friends ever since. I know her family. I've known them since they were little kids too, so we haven't been together for a good couple years. We used to get together at least once or twice a year and have lunch, but she was very much into the social distancing, and so she hasn't really gotten together with me for a couple years, so I'm looking forward to seeing her. She and her husband Jim are really, really nice people. So when I was a hairdresser, I met so many nice people, and they became my friends. I knew a lot of their secrets, and they probably knew some of mine. Maybe too many, I don't know. But I had one customer that I started doing her hair in beauty school, and she remained with me until I actually had to stop doing hair because I was in nursing and going to nursing school, and so I did her hair for over 30 years, and she even left me $500 in her will when she passed away. She was older than I was, and I knew her kids. I used to do their hair and her husband's hair. So when you're in a field like hairdressing or any of these people fields, a lot of times you make a lot of really, really good close friends. So anyway, just a little history. I was thinking about her today and all the people that I used to know. And so it's time for some cream in my coffee. So I got these, I want to show you here in a second. I got some little microgreen seeds at Dollar General when I stopped there real quick after I did the Marks thing. And they only had this hot mix, but it was only $1. And I know they have a mild one too, because I picked some of those up last year. So I want to try to mix the hot mix and the mild mix together, because all hot mix will be too hot for me. And there goes my little buddy with the bell again. Right? You ringing the bell? Oh boy. You two have to go back out. They're in such a hurry to get their treat in the morning that they just go out there, pee real quick, and then come back in. My indoor jungle is growing like crazy. I have to repot my plants. All right, let's go out. More bells. All right, everybody out. There they go. This is a mess out here, but the weather is starting to warm up. Another couple weeks and hopefully I can get out here and start cleaning up this mess. So I also got 2 chair covers at Marks for $3 and something for these chairs. The ones I had were totally worn out, so that'll look a little better. But these huge big plastic bags that I got a couple years ago, they work great for covering your outdoor furniture, because I have so much stuff in my garage, gardening and all that. I use my garage for storage, that I don't have room to put my outdoor furniture in there. All right, well, I'm going to get to my coffee and have a couple sips of that, and I'll be back later, not with breakfast because I won't eat breakfast and lunch, but I'll be back later and we'll have a chat. Day 93. Yes, my living room is still a mess. Still working on it. It's getting there. I'm working on it in zones. So I'm trying to work on one zone at a time and putting off cleaning my little sofa, my love seat, for the last. So anyway, let's see, what's for dinner? I still have some frittata, but I'm going to have that for breakfast tomorrow. I think I still have some coleslaw in here. That's not it. It's here somewhere. No, that's not it either. Well, I'll have to find it. Might be in my other drawer. Well, I guess I need two hands to find it. But I think what I'm going to have is some fish tacos. So I made the last batch with some of the honey mustard dressing, and that was really good. So let's see if I can get that out. It's of course way back here. And I have a lot of honey mustard dressing. Now I have a lot of Thousand Island dressing. And really what I like is the ranch and the Gerards. So anyway, I'm going to get some of that out. And yeah, I think I will go with fish tacos because I have some in the freezer. So let's take a look in there. All right, still looking pretty good. I have to find the fish tacos too. They're in here somewhere. But anyway, these are some of the leftovers I want to cook next week. I have a couple bean burritos here. This is still a vegan pepperoni that I made, but I still have some in the refrigerator. But I want to eat down these bean burritos. I have this taquito meat that I made with my taco chips yesterday. So this is enough for a taquito. I think I'll make this is Impossible meatballs. I saved some of that meatloaf and I'm going to make a meatball sub with that. Let's see. I still have two things of sauerkraut. I'm going to make some mashed potatoes with those. And I think I still have some pork bites in here too that I'll use with that. And then over here in the door, I still have some butternut squash soup. It's enough for a serving. And I still have some gumbo that I want to eat up. So next week I'm going to be making some leftovers and get those out of the refrigerator and freezer and not add too much more until I get some things cooked down. Alright, well, I need two hands to get my coleslaw and my fish out, so I'll meet you at the stove. I have to go to Plan B. I just figured out I ate all my fishless bites. Now I know I still have some at my mom's, so I'll pick a couple of packages of those up next time I go there. But no worries. I still have a couple of chicken tenders, so I'm going to have chicken tacos. And I still have these little tiny street tacos. These are corn, and these are flour. So I'm going to have flour tortillas with the chicken tenders, but the corn tortillas I'm going to make some taquitos out of. And boy, those are really easy to make. So I did make those in a previous video. So these I picked up at the Dollar Tree when they were still $1. So I'd like to use them up. So I have those, and then my coleslaw is still nice and beautifully fresh. I'm going to make all this into coleslaw instead of stir frying and cooking with it. And I'm going to do it with the honey mustard dressing and some salt and pepper. And then I'll do the chicken tenders in the air fryer. So that'll be a good meal. I'll have my veggies, I'll have my protein, and I'll have my carb. So okay, I'm going to make the coleslaw, and I'm just going to make it in here since it's already in there. And this shrinks down so much. It'll be enough for another meal with some other leftover. So I took inventory of my leftovers, and what I've been doing is sort of putting things together so that I remember what I want to make with what. So every once in a while, if you're going in your freezer, you could do that. Just take an inventory of what you have and what you think you might want to make, and either write it down or put the things together in the freezer and come up with some new meals. So next week, like I said, I'm thinking about doing just leftovers until I don't have any left, because I don't want a lot of old leftovers in my freezer. So I'm going to add a little bit of, I added pepper, I'm going to add some garlic salt, not too much because, you know, the dressing's already seasoned, but I know, I like salt, and I know it's not good for me, but, well, you gotta have some vices, right? And then I'm just going to put a lot of this honey mustard dressing on here. And this is from Aldi's. It's the Tuscan Garden brand. And their dressings are fairly inexpensive. I think they're right around the $1 something mark. So, and I know I won't use this dressing too often on my salads because I like the ranch and the other dressing, but this makes a really good coleslaw. I was surprised. I think it'd be good on a sub too, if you wanted to make yourself a sub sandwich. So yeah, it's still my goal to cook down my freezer, and it's getting there. When I looked in there just now, it was like, wow, I really cooked down a lot of things. So I don't know, this could go on for quite a while. And I have to start thinking of some recipes to make with the tofu that I have, because I have a lot of tofu. So coming up in a future video, maybe in another couple weeks, I'm going to make that 86 Eats turkey, which was so good. I've made it before, and it was really, really good. And that uses tofu. So if you're thinking about making seitan, there's a product out there. You used to be able to get it at the grocery store. I don't know about now. You may have to go to a specialty grocery store. But it's called Vital Wheat Gluten. And what it is just the gluten in flour. But you can make your own with the wash the flour method, where you just take flour. I've done it with wheat flour. I've done it with regular flour. they say you need a flour with a high protein content, but I've done it with cheap flour and it turned out just fine. And there's lots of YouTube videos out there showing you how to wash the flour. It's intimidating at first, but it's really, really easy. And all you do is mix up your flour with water, make a ball of flour, and then you have to let it sit for a while because you want to build up the gluten strands. And then you let it sit in water for about an hour. I know it sounds silly washing the flour, but eventually, after the water becomes more clear, all you have left is the gluten. Now, if you're gluten intolerant, that's not the recipe for you. So anyway, I will also do some wash the flour video coming up in the future. But I want to cook down some of the meats that I already have, the vegan meats. And then I'm not going to buy too many of those anymore, but I do like them. I think they're very tasty. So anyway, I'm going to let this sit in the refrigerator. It's earlier in the day that I'm making this, and I'll let that sit in there till dinner time. So I'll be back later. Well, I went back to Mark's. I had a nice lunch with my friend. We always hang out for a couple hours at least in the restaurant. And so I went back to Mark's because I wanted to get a couple more of those little drawer shelf things because I'm not quite sure how I want to set up my open shelving in the kitchen. So I figured, because when Mark's sells things out, then they're gone. So I figured I better pick up a few more and have them and then save the receipt, and if I don't need them, then I'll take them back. So I got those, and then I got this big squirt bottle for 99 cents. I'm going to keep this with my starts up in my plant room. And then I got this little USB rechargeable fan to also go with my starts, to keep a little air circulating so that you don't get the mildew or the mold. So anyway, oh, and then I picked this up. I was going to get another. I have one of these, and I was going to get another one again for my shelves. So this comes with all these spices, and I had already looked at Walmart, and they were a little over $20 at Walmart. So Mark's had these for $12.99 with all the spices in them already. And not only that, if you register online, you get free spices for 5 years. So I thought that was a good deal. So that's what I got at Mark's, and now I have to stay out of Mark's and get some work done here. So I don't have any more plans to go anywhere, but you never know. Something fun might come up. So anyway, I'll be back in a little bit with my dinner. Right, well, I have a very simple dinner. I have 2 flour tortillas, 2 not chicken tenders, and I have my coleslaw that I'm going to put on my not chicken tenders. So this is very easy peasy. I've got plenty of coleslaw left for another meal. But this is also good with fish tacos or regular chicken tenders. So that's all there is to it. And then I actually have some chips left from lunch from lunch at the restaurant. I'm going to have some of those too. And these are those, you know, homemade ones. And I have some of their yummy dip. So there is dinner day 93. So use what you have. All right, my friends. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.